Hey, it's Jason Wolford from Pro Guitar Studio here today to talk about the 3-3-2 rhythm. Now I'm also going to throw in drop D tuning for good measure. So the two themes today are 3-3-2 rhythm plus drop D tuning. A lot of fun. So let's just jump right in. We're going to hear the example of the piece that you're going to be playing, and then I'll talk about the different parts and how you can put them together, and really I'm trying to understand the 3-3-2 rhythm and how it works. Okay, so here we go. All right, so now that we've heard the piece, I'm going to talk briefly about the 3-3-2 rhythm. So basically we're taking eighth notes and splitting them into groups of 3, 3, and then 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Quite a common thing to do. You're going to hear drummers use this. You're going to hear different guitar parts do this. So just trying to understand how to count that and feel it is going to be important. And so the piece I put together here today really embeds that in the guitar part, not the drums, but the guitar part. Now, before we dive right in and learn the first part of this piece, I need to get you to tune up to drop D tuning. So what we need to do is drop string number 6 down to a D note. So I'm already tuned down to D. If you're at an E, you got to drop it down past D sharp and then to D, or past E flat and then to D. If you don't understand this, I will try to post a link to a video on how to do this in the description of this video, so you can check that out, how to tune to drop D tuning. It's just one string, just your lowest string, down to a D, and it allows us to go and play the open 6, 5, and 4, or E, A, and D strings. In this case here is D, A, and D strings to make a D power chord. So a lot of artists will use that to go play a power chord with one finger. So part of this lesson here will show you how to work with drop D tuning and just play around with the power chords that you can do. Okay, so instead of playing the chords with a traditional power chord, I'm just using a one finger drop D power chord. But jumping right into the first part, we don't need to worry about the tuning if you just want to learn the, I guess, the first section of this. And so what we're doing here, we're going to play through the third string, second string, and first string. I'm going to play the third fret on string 3, third fret on string number 2, and open first string. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do the first group of 3 by picking down from string 3, 2, and then 1. And then I'm going to drop this finger, so get rid of the middle finger and add the second fret on string number 3. So we have this number here, the A, the D, and the E. And so what I'm doing here, basically this is a G minor with an added 6th on top. So G minor 6, we could say. Even though we don't have the low root note, that's what, when I was writing this piece, that's what was in my mind. So a G minor 6, go into a D sus2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the final group of 2, I'm going to play the second and third string. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And really in here, you can also look at it like I have a group of 3 and then a group of 5, but I like to think of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now picking wise, you can just try to sweep it if you want, like down, 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 and then down, 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 up, up. When I'm picking it, I have certain ways that I like to play through this. I have down, 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 up, sorry. Then I do down, down, up, down. Now it might not seem like the most efficient, but what I'm getting is certain accents on certain notes, like have this first string really accented, and also when I come back to the third string at the end, so you can hear that nice melody on the bottom. So pick it whatever way works for you. So that's the first part. We're going to do it twice. Play the second fret string number 3 and first fret string number 2 and the open string 1, and this is played over an F major or an F power chord, so I'm thinking F major 7. Same picking pattern throughout. So with this guitar line here, the pattern stays the same for everything. So we're gonna play a string 3 2 1 3 2 1 2 3, or 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2, right? And then take our middle finger off, and we're going to think of a C chord here. So same exact pattern. So the piece I recorded starts off with that one time as like an intro, then a drum fill comes in, and then we're going to play it 2 more times, that whole section, before we go to the second part. So all together we play it 3 times, and then we're going to go to this second section here, which is going to start on the 3rd fret of string number 3, going to the 2nd fret of string number 2, and open string 1. And in this case here, I moved it from a G minor to a G major 6. But every other chord is the same, so just that one changes instead of, or we're doing like the halftime, so we're going to go through for a full 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 on the 4th fret, 3rd fret, and open first string. Then we're going to go to the 2nd fret string 3, 3rd fret string 2, and open string 1, just like before, but we're now making it a full measure long instead of the 5/8 note measure for the first part. So, and then we're still go to the F major 7. Twice in a row. So all together you have this. Second part. So as you're going through that, I want you to think of a 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. Get that rhythm in your head because it's all over the place. I mean, once I tell you this, if you haven't heard of this before, if you listen to the radio for just a little bit, you're going to hear it in different songs embedded. Okay, so whether it's the drums, the bass, the guitar, it'll be there. So that'll be the first part, called Guitar 1. Okay, so it's still rhythm guitar, but it's more of a lead guitar because you hear it on top. The second part is all power chords, like I said, in the drop D tuning. And the first part we need to do now, for the power chord section, we're still doing that 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 rhythm. I'm doing a few different things on the recording, but I'm going to try to keep it really simple. And I'm not going to do any palm muting or anything, just for the example, so it makes sense. So we're going to start off on the 5th fret, barring strings 6, 5, and 4. And I'm going to take my pinky finger. This is the hardest part. We're going to grab the 8th fret on string number 4. 1 2 3, right? Now if you can't do that, just play the 5th fret by itself. And then we're going to take a ring finger, excuse me, play fret number 7 on the 4th string, and open string 6 and string 5. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2, and you try to accent the 1 of each count. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. Matching up with the twice in a row. And then we're going to go to the 3rd fret, so it's a power chord, right? So bar and string number 6, 5, and 4. And same rhythm. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. And and then all the way to fret number 10, which is a C. So if you're wondering how these note names work, well, because we're playing a power chord, it makes it simple. But we just have to think of the fret that would have normally been 2 frets lower, okay? So usually the C note is on fret number 8, but because we're in drop D, fret number 10 is C. Okay, so we have the F, 3rd fret, then the C, same rhythm, okay? So this together. Okay, so next part, so that's the first section, twice in a row, right? Next part is the 5th fret. Now I should mention also in the recording that part doesn't come in until after the first repetition of, so this will be just 2 times total. And then we go to the 3rd fret, not 3rd fret, sorry, 5th fret, which is our G chord, okay? So this is our G power chord. We're gonna play that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, so that's our G5. And then our D5 comes next, fret number 12. Same rhythm. F, D, or sorry, C. There we go. You can see it throws me off sometimes too, right? F, and then C. Back. So there you have it, a nice short piece to work on your 3-3-2 rhythm, just to get into the groove of it. There's many other ways we can play it to make it more prominent, but I think with the rhythm on that second part, that really starts to spell it out. Also the arpeggio. I can hear that easily, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And in this case, we're not thinking of the drums, but oftentimes the drums will do that, okay? So keep that in mind as well. Lots of artists do that, lots of bands. So check it out. Try to listen to different songs that you might know or listen to on the radio, and try to see if you can notice it and spot this rhythm now that you've heard about it, okay? So have fun with this. If you like this, subscribe, and another lesson will be coming your way next week, okay? So see you soon.